Epiphones. Expensive Epiphones. Way out of the budget class of Epiphones, but still made in China. Are they worth the price? When most guitar players think of Epiphones, they usually think of them as the budget version of a Gibson guitar, and some of the cork sniffers scoff at them. Throw in the price of a signature model, and some will blow a gasket. I've even said in the past that no Epiphone is worth over $1,000, but I'm not sure I still feel the same way because the quality of these Epiphones are fantastic. I've got two here that we're going to talk about. This is the inspired by Gibson Epiphone 63 Les Paul Custom SG, and this is the Kirk Hammett 79 Flying V. The SG retails for $14.99 and the V at $12.99. The SG is on loan from Zounds, but the V is mine. Let's talk about the SG first. Now, some of the commonalities between these two guitars are that both models come with Gibson USA pickups, Grover tuners, a Graph Tech nut, 22 medium jumbo frets on a 12-inch radius, 24 3/4 inch scale neck. And both also come with a hard shell case. The finishes on both of them are very nice. I really like the feel of the SG's old sheen in classic white. I love a nice smooth matte finish. And on this guitar, it's just it's very buttery and silky. I am a bit worried that some of the gold hardware will tarnish or wear over time. I haven't played it nearly as much as I would my own guitars, so I haven't really seen any of that wear, but it's I believe it's still possible. Just judging from other Epiphone gold hardware I've used, but maybe they used a little bit better on these inspired by Gibson. The Gibson-shaped headstock adds a nice touch, and the ebony fretboard is lovely. If I've never said it before, which I'm sure I have, I love ebony. It just feels better in my opinion. The three-way switch and pickup configuration goes like this. You got position 1 is your bridge, position 2 is your bridge and middle, and position 3 is your neck. It's kind of limiting for guitar with 3 pickups to have only a three-way switch, but they do sell some aftermarket switches that you can drop in there and wire up and have a lot more options. Now, if you're watching my review of the Gibson 61 SG I did a while back, I said that I could give or take the vibrola, and I still feel that way. You have to be very conservative with it if you want it to stay in tune, but aesthetically, it looks great. The pickups are 3 Gibson custom buckers, and if you were to buy them separately, you'd be looking at about $270 each. I think they sound just as good as every Gibson pickup does that I've heard, but the price seems a bit high to me. Like all SGs, it's a bit top heavy, so you might need a good strap to keep it where you want it. The finish on the V is obviously very glossy, and it looks sharp as a razor. The Rotomatic Grover tuners, they're Grover tuners, they work great. And I'm not comparing these two guitars, but the neck difference in the two is night and day. The SG has a slim taper, while the V has a C shape with a volute. Some folks might find the poly on the neck a little bit sticky, but I don't have any issue with it. The bridge is not your typical Tune-o-matic. It's a copy of a custom bridge that was installed on Kirk's original 79, and I like it better than any Tune-o-matic. Something about it just feels better on the palm when you're playing it. I'm not a fan of this knob cluster. I prefer the inline knobs, but it obviously wasn't a deal breaker because I liked almost everything else about this guitar. The only thing that almost turned me off of this guitar was the Laurel fretboard. I was a little worried that it might come with a very light Indian Laurel fretboard, and I even bought some fretboard dye before the guitar arrived, thinking I might have to darken it up. Luckily, it has a nice color to it, and that wasn't necessary. The T-style calibrated Gibson humbuckers sound great, though if you really want to push the gain to higher levels, you might consider a hotter pickup in the bridge. But back to my main question, because I don't want to end this video without addressing that. Are they worth the price? Well, in quality and craftsmanship, regardless of origin, I would say yes. Of course, the value of a dollar is different from person to person. What's worth it to me might not be worth it to somebody else. For the price of one of them, you could buy two really nice Epiphones, and who doesn't like more guitars? So I've given you some specs, showed you what I like about them, and the features, so ultimately, it's up to you to decide if the price is right. I'm Bob Barker, spay your neuter your pets. A lot of you probably won't get that reference, but whatever. Thanks for watching.